So blending your future family, so to speak, and I know oftentimes it's on the woman to have to deal with, okay, he's moved on, and certainly you have very public exes, but do you ever face men that you may be dating being intimidated by who your ex was, or
Hate it.
not feeling like, okay, I know this is gonna be good. We need to unpack this. But feeling as if they can't necessarily really build with you because of this other individual, and what do you have to do to, offset that?
Well, I've dealt with it with men saying, man, when I get rich, I'm coming for you, Torrei, or, like, dang, I don't make enough. I'm like, did I ask you for your money?
Right.
Did I bring up money? I don't
Mine's
get
like,
that.
I can't dance, but did I ask you to dance? Right. Did I ever say anything about? No, I've heard that even in the gym. Like, oh, I know who your ex is. I know who. I mean, like, if you don't calm down,
right?
Call security.
Imagine I'm trying to tell a joke, and I'm like, yeah, that didn't hit. Sorry, that's a bomb.
You're a no, Kevin.
I mean, it's just that kind of stuff is just really just bad. But if that guy does something like that, I'm like, yeah, you're already corny. Turning me off. So it is kind of difficult.
Dear men,
dear
men, we're not looking for our exes in any of you. We're not.
Another thing,
be yourself.
Yeah, and the misconception is I date short men. That was one time. So
I don't date young men.
If you're tall, I like you too. That was one time. It just happened. That was
think
one
I only
time.
like young men.
Well, that's Torrei now.
Yeah. Torrei like the young men.
I like them young, old.
Well, I just mean
but younger because they can keep up with my energy because I'm very young. Have very young energy. So that's usually
we don't like young men, sons' ages. Okay, just for the record.
So speaking of maturity and speaking about your exes being mature and finally getting to that point and hopefully and still working on it, have y'all been able to be on that level of maturity to speak and have a relationship with your ex's current woman, wife?
What's that phone call like?
Well,
or FaceTime?
We had a relationship, and then something got said in the media, and then it just went all bad. And from there, it's just non-existent now.
So do you take what happens in the media? Do you pick up the phone and say, you know what, I'm going to call her, and I need to maybe get some clarity on this, or context, or do you just ride on?
You could do that.
No, I did in the beginning, and then, like I said, I didn't say anything. It wasn't me. Something was said about me. And so then it just, from there, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not trying to fix this again.
But that, in your case, well, I guess in both cases, yours is that's a marriage, and they've been together, and they have children. So that's a little different. In my case, my ex is dating someone, and I actually like her. She's cool. Like, she's been helpful. I think, I don't see a hidden agenda. I think there has to be, what I feel is that it just depends on how they got in the relationship too. Like if she's like a mistress turned wife, the respect level is different. You know what I mean? In this case, this was a clean. This woman that he's with, this is somebody that was not involved in our relationship, and there was no infidelity while I was with her. So I like her. She's cool. We have a clean slate until she proves otherwise. But she's cool.
How soon do introductions come when you are dating somebody to?
I haven't introduced anybody to anybody on my side, but I seem to have to meet everybody immediately.
And I think one of the things that a lot of folk, we think about our kids like puppies or something, right? Oh, they'll get over it, or it doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
And we just kind of like, we could think we can just live our lives and they're not included. But, it seems that, to introduce your children to somebody that is significant to you, you should want to make sure that
they're gonna be around.
That person is going to be there for real.
No, my kids have met one guy since I've been divorced, and I've been divorced since it's been almost 10 years. Like I'm very. First of all, I don't even bring anybody to my house, so we got to start with even getting my address situation. So I am a little different, but I'm kind of modest in that regard. That doesn't make me better than anyone who's not, but I'm really like super.
Do you both feel like you had to put your feelings on the back burner for the sake of peace with your ex? Like some of the things you really want to say, like I really want to, but you know what? I'm gonna take that back and just keep that to myself.
I've been doing much better. Oh, yes.
Here's a little secret for you, because this is what I used to do. I would just put the phone on mute and just cuss.
Oh, say everything
So I
you
would
wanna
get
say.
it out.
Oh, that was good.
And then I would just unmute it like, oh, so you were saying what again? So that's what I did to help me to get feelings out and get over stuff without it turning real nasty.
Good idea.
You mom,
Right.
I know you didn't. Well, wait till I see I'm gonna slap you. Oh, that's good.
It
Just
was
put it on
good.
mute.
Yeah, put it on mute, because it could go, and
That's
then it's
good.
kind of like, wait, are you listening to? I'm like, yep, I am.
Do you hear the
But
words coming out of my
that
mouth?
mute button, though, that's what I did. I don't have to do that now. Like, if we was to argue now, I'd be like, why are we arguing? Like, yeah, we so past that.
Yeah.
Now we crack jokes. So we're back to, oh, that's so good. We back to cracking jokes.
Look at you.
That is
Yeah.
Look at God.
Yeah.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Do you allow your ex's current spouse or significant other to discipline your children?
No, she doesn't discipline my kids. Not that I know of. They've never told me anything that would be sketchy, but.
Yeah, no, I don't think my kids ain't allowing nobody really to. Nobody's disciplining my kids. No.
Like, not even me, huh?
Yeah, it's
Like, no.
real. No, my kids are. They're at the age where now you can just really talk to them, and you can probably guilt them into doing more of what you want. There's no no physical discipline. Yeah, no.
So, what have you learned about yourselves in this journey? Because a lot of times at the beginning of this, we've already come through quite a roller coaster on this show with how y'all started to how you are now.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned about yourself? Like, did you realize you're more patient than you thought or not as patient as you need to be? What have you learned about yourselves? Torrei?
I learned I have a mouth on me.
We knew that.
Yeah. I've learned growth. I've learned that I need to not speak every time something comes to my head, to, relax. I've also learned that this has helped me grow as a person. I mean, we all in life, we have our journey, and, you have your bumps on the road, and this has just been that bump for me. But I've learned that, in order to get to the next level, you do have to change certain things. And I've learned a lot about myself, and I have changed a lot.
Do you feel like some of it was you?
Oh, of course. I've always
I
said
know it's
that,
a hard
though.
thing for
Oh, yeah.
people always say that women, especially black women, we never apologize and we're never wrong. I hear that all the time.
Really?
So, I
always am. I always. Take
that's word on the
accountability.
street about
Yeah.
us,
Oh.
whether it's true or not. Is what I always hear. Like, to get a black woman to apologize, it's like it's some hard thing to do.
I'll be quick to apologize, because for me, it feels like as soon as you apologize, it kind of takes it off of me anyway. So I like apologizing, but I try not to do stuff that I have to always apologize. But if I did do something wrong, I do apologize.
Has it always been that way?
Not always. That's one of the things that I did have to learn too. And that came with, stepping it up and also going to therapy. Like, even telling myself you need to go to therapy, because that's a big step to even acknowledge that you need to go to therapy.
So